Welcome back to Creating Your Future with Amanda Molyneux. I'm Amanda Molyneux, and today we're going to talk about anger. Now, anger is a funny one, and the funny thing with that emotion is a lot of times we act out how we feel on other people, and I totally get it. I totally understand that. However, the thing about anger is that it's an important emotion, and it's normally the sum of a few emotions, whether it be hurt, um, disappointment, guilt. It's always going to be a sum of a few emotions. And our anger is important. Our anger is there to let us know that something needs to be changed in our lives. So let me give you an example of this. Let's say, for instance, that I work in an office and I come home and I put my nice brand new expensive pumps, my high heels at the door. Okay. I just kick them off right in front of the door in the hallway. And then I go about my business and grab my snacks and sit in front of the TV and do whatever I do when I get home. Okay. And then all of a sudden, my boyfriend comes home and he comes in the door, let's say in his construction gear and his muddy boots, and he walks all over my shoes. Okay. And he wrecks my nice red shiny pumps, my high heels. And all of a sudden I'm angry. And what a typical response is to start screaming at him and yelling at him that he doesn't look where he's going, and he walked right over my shoes and he didn't even look at them, and he wrecked them, and now I'm mad, so now he needs to change his behavior. Well, that's the funny thing about anger. If that's when we act out our anger, if we actually take a look at our anger and say my anger is something that I need to look at myself and see inside myself, what do I need to change? So let's just go over that example for a second. I left my shoes in the front of in the hallway, and he walked on them, and I acted out and got angry at him for walking on them. Now, if my anger is meant for me to change something because I'm not happy with it, well, then let's look at it in that perspective. So, what did I do? I came home, I kicked off my shoes in the hallway and in the middle of the road, right where anyone would walk over them, and he happened to step on them. Now, if I was to actually take that anger and make a change in my life, because my anger is an indication to me that something isn't working for me in my life, then let's look at the options that I have. Well, I've got a few options. First of all, I could not get mad at him for walking on them because I left him in the middle of the hallway. Or I could get angry at him for walking on them because I left him in the middle of the hallway. Or maybe I could put them away in the future and avoid the whole entire argument in the future. The thing is that we have choices on how we look at things in our life. So the point is, right, is to take a look. When you feel angry, ask yourself, what boundaries are you setting for the people around you in your life? If there's something happening in your life that makes you angry or hurt or sad, because remember, anger is always a multiple amount of emotions stacked on top of each other. Anger is a secondary emotion. And secondary emotion meaning there's going to be one emotion that adds up to that anger. So when we have that anger in our lives at other people, we need to take a look and ask ourselves, why am I angry? Am I not setting up boundaries? Do I need to set boundaries as to what I'm going to put up with in my life? Chances are probably yes. So, if I really care, to go back to my earlier example about my shoes, well, then you know what? When I think about it, I really like those high heels, and I probably should put them away and not leave them in the middle of the hallway for someone to step on. I mean, you know, makes sense, right? So that avoids yelling at somebody else for walking on my shoes. It also brings me to my second point, being at cause. So, being at cause is often described as who's driving your bus. And when I say being at cause, what I mean, here's a really good example. Let's say I'm in a relationship And in this relationship, my boyfriend hits me. He beats me, physically hits me. Now, no, that's not right. Okay. However, he's not responsible for me staying in that relationship. I choose to be in that relationship. I can always get up and walk out of that relationship and say, no, you know what? You're not playing nice. It's like when you're 5 years old and you're playing in a sandbox and some kid starts throwing dirt at you. You, you walk up and you leave, you go play on the slide. You're like, forget it. And then as soon as they start being nice again, you play in that sandbox, right? So it's important to take a look at the boundaries you're setting for the people in your life and to be at cause for what you're allowing other people to do to you in your life. Okay. So that's really the gist of when we start to look at anger and being at cause. So if something makes you angry in your life, stop and take a look and say, what actions can I change, being at cause, to make the outcome different in my life? And I can guarantee you that you'll find different action to take that will actually help you to change the results in your life. Also, remember that if you do have anyone in your life that you're not happy with the way that they're treating you, that's just their behavior. It's not the person. People's behavior can always change. Please check out my other videos on the law of attraction. This was a little bit more of a video that I would do for clients that I'm doing actual counseling sessions for. At any rate, if I am available for life coaching and counseling sessions, my website description is in the link below. Please like, share, and subscribe to this video, and please create something wonderful and enjoy your lives. I love you all, and we'll see you in the next video.